What is up, guys?
Oh, hey, did it already start?
It started.
Well,
This is Shane Pittman,
and I'm Brandon.
and this is the GPS show.
Welcome. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway, that was kind of weird. But
we need to get some intro music because I'm like always off key.
Yeah.
I'm never ready, never, expecting, whatever.
Well,
I'm putting on some weight, man, dude. I've got to go. We got to train harder, man.
Yeah,
We must train harder.
It'll be all right. But listen, this
Maybe
is
cigarettes from beer down.
For those of y'all who don't know, this is the GPS show. The title of today's show is going to be called, or is called, "The End of the World?" ? And there's a lot of debate going on right now about it. So we're going to talk about it, and we want to get y'all's viewpoint and see what y'all think about it.
First of all, we're coming at you live from down here in the south of Georgia on
Correct.
the front porch on a regular Friday night. Had a hard day at work. No, not a hard day at work. Good day at work. How was your day?
At least you had work.
Yes. How was your day?
It was all right, man. It was all right. I feel better than I did yesterday.
Right.
Yesterday was shitty, as you could tell when we were working out, and I was being a pansy.
Right.
I couldn't breathe, couldn't do anything.
Wow. So what's going on in life? I need to look up through my phone. But for folks, let's go ahead and talk about the killing that happened yesterday. With the homosexual black man who killed the white people. The only thing I'm wanting to know is why aren't they calling this a race issue? Now, this had been a white man, and I'm not trying to get racist and for whitey and all that stuff, and kill whitey and white power. But if it had been a white man that had shot two black folks, it would have been made into a race issue. And then when people rioting and all this other stuff and killing and all this and that. Now, what don't make sense is just, why isn't anyone saying anything about this? And the man even actually said himself, he went and bought a gun 2 days after that dude killed those people in that church just for that purpose.
Well, and he also said, I think his name, Flanagan or whatever his name is.
Flanagan!
He don't deserve recognition at all, really. But he said that he engraved the names of the victims
of his cock.
No.
Oh.
The victims of the North or South Carolina, whatever, of the shootings, he engraved it on the hollow points of the bullets.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, and
so why did he kill the reporters and them?
Well, he said the woman reporter made racist comments. So a lot of people are saying, why are you bringing race into it? Because he did. It's not us. The guy that killed these people he was the one that brought race and made it the race issue. But instead, we have people using, we got to have better gun control. And then it makes you wonder, well, was all of this orchestrated?
Well, dude, in Chicago, they have gun laws, and they're still the highest crime rate. Just because you say there's no guns does not mean. And I think it's over New Zealand or Australia, somewhere they don't have guns. They have a knifing every 18 minutes. People are going to get weapons. People are going to do crazy things. It doesn't matter whether you have, it's not that weapon itself. That's like saying, well, all fat people don't need spoons. You know what I mean? Because, the spoon is making them fat. No, the dude chooses to go pick it up and stuff his face.
Well, here's a news flash, everybody. We have drug laws, too. Does that stop anybody? Give me a freaking break. It doesn't even make any sense.
No, it does not.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. You can make strict gun laws, and there's going to be people out there, if they want a gun, they are going to get a gun at all costs. It does not matter what you tell them they're not going to do. I mean, we're a great country, not as great as we used to be, but we're a great country.
Trump for president.
Yeah, we're a great country, but think about this. We're also a rebellious one.
Very rebellious.
We have a lot of people out there that still want to do what they want to do, and they're going to do it regardless of what you say about it, what anybody else tries to make them do or not do. I mean, democracy, people rule. I mean,
it's just bizarre to me. It's just how no one's saying anything. I mean, they're keeping the shadows, and the reason they're not saying nothing is because it goes against the agenda. The agenda is to start a race war, and that's what I believe it is, to start a race war. To have a collapse of America, because like I said. Watch, if it had been a white person that had done it, it had been called out as racism and blah blah this and that.
Well,
and also you say that everyone automatically says, "Oh, well, you're racist." No, I'm not.
No, and also that douchebag, the Charleston shoot. Well, it was Charleston, right? the Charleston shootings, no sympathy was given to him. None. But with this guy, because he was a black gentleman and he was a homosexual.
Yes.
All of a sudden, well, you know, he was probably discriminated against.
Yeah. So they.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay, I was picked on in school. You don't see me going and blowing people up, shooting people, because poor Shane. No,
gets to give him a flag. You know,
yeah, like let's give him a reason. Let's give him a reason. Oh well, you know, he was probably bullied because you know he was a gay man and he was African American too. So
I mean,
we might as well just give him a pass.
That stuff's so old and it should be over with. You know what I mean? Like, I've never owned a slave. No one in my family ever owned slaves. I'm Mexican, first off. There was other slaves, as a matter of fact, besides the African American race. I mean, there was the Jews were slaves. Look at the Holocaust. The Indians, when the white men came over here and took their stuff from them. I mean, it goes on and on. The list goes on. The Hebrews, they were slaves to the Egyptians for hundreds of years. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of people had it bad. It don't go on anymore, but you don't see them still, you know, trying to, you know, raise hell about it. You know what I mean? I mean, stuff has to be let go. And you know, the rebel flag was taken down. Well, why isn't the homosexual flag taken down now? You know what I mean? It was a hate crime. You know, blah this and that.
Well, but you'll have some people that say, and you know, I can understand this. They said, well, the Confederate flag, it wasn't banned. It was just taken down from government buildings. Yeah,
but there was some. I mean, my mom tried to order one, and you know, because you know you probably can't get them. It'd be like a collector's item, something to have. Yeah. But they denied her order because they didn't want to sell them anymore. So it's almost like it's becoming outlawed. You know what I mean?
They denied her order.
Yeah, they told her she could not order one. They gave her money back.
See, I have a problem with that. I mean, if people want to buy a certain thing or whatever it is,
it's their business.
Yeah, it's completely their business. Mm-hmm. But anyway, please join us in the chat room too. Some of y'all, and you know, I've been noticing this lately. This live thing, we may need to do shows and record them and then do them because it says 0 viewers right now.
So I'm not worried about that.
But yeah, it's not a big deal. But anyway, whenever you join in, there's a group chat, and we can, if you don't want to show your face on camera on the screen thing, which on Google Plus you can do that. If you don't want to do that, that's okay. There's a chat room that you can go in, and you can talk with us that way. I think it's pretty cool. But you can chime in on whatever you think, as far as do you think it's a race war or things of that nature. And we're also going to be talking about this supposed, well, a lot of people are theorizing this coming asteroid that may hit.
Let me go on and break the bread here. Google Sky, Google Earth. There is, or I think it's Google Sky. Which one can you see outer space in?
It's Sky.
Google Sky. Anyways, there has been a blockage on one part of the sky where there has been something covering the satellite where you cannot see this image. Anyways, it has been removed, and supposedly you can see it now if you want to go look it up for yourself. It's either an asteroid or a star or something, and they're saying it's the size of Jupiter. It's called Nibiru, Planet X, and it's heading straight for us.
So
Russia is reporting on this.
Planet?
They said that the scientists, there's 3 scientists, they said they have no idea what it is. They said they've never seen anything like it. It has been in our atmosphere before. They said every 3,600 years it'll come into our atmosphere and exit out. Well, this time it's coming towards Earth. They said that's probably why the weather has been going like it has, because something has been the gravitational pull that's not normally there. It's changing the weather. Even if it doesn't hit Earth, if it gets close enough to Earth, it is going to cause such devastation, such earthquakes, such, you know, floods, tidal waves that, I mean, if you believe in the Revelation, it talks about that a third of the world will die from a comet called Wormwood that is chunked into the Earth.
Yeah,
there's something definitely coming.
Well, what do you think about NASA?
They said Jade Helm, because NASA is not. They're going to say that. Russian scientists are. Why is Russian news reporting on it? Jade Helm is preparing for civil unrest, and they are emptying Walmarts out on the East Coast for some reason. So they're saying to store people that they know that something's coming. They have confirmed it. They have 2 different sources that have confirmed it, but no one's reporting on it, and they don't know why. And now I believe, and there's a lot of folks that say it, they said they can feel something coming. They can feel something, they said, in the fall coming. And I believe it.
So what do you think? I mean, hey, I think anything's possible, but what do you think? I mean, let's say the 28th passes.
It's the 23rd.
The 28th of September. When they said between September. Well, what do you say? What do you? Well, they said anywhere from the 21st through the 28th. Mm-hmm. Now, what do you say when September ends? Mm-hmm. A Green Day
and nothing happens.
And nothing happens.
I mean, what would you say? I will stand corrected.
So
I mean that, and I'll be on the show, and I'm hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping that we will be here in October, and I'll be getting to reveal some great news for everyone. But hopefully that's how it's going to be. But I mean, maybe it's not. I mean, there's too many signs pointing to things coming.
Do you know how the
believe in the blood
moons
and the tetrads? What now?
You know how the rumor came about of this asteroid?
Well, I've heard that one theory. What was your theory?
Well, there's this guy that prophesied about it. Mm-hmm. And he said he's had visions. Uh-huh. But then again, that and I'm of course going on the other side because it's good to do that, I guess. There's people that are saying, well, it could have been a dream, or it could have been how do you know that that's from God?
I've had this. I mean? I've had this dream this year about 3 times. It's a dream that we're outside and we're looking up in the sky, and there's something in the sky, and everyone is screaming and freaking out, and it is not. It is extraterrestrial to this earth. It is not from here, and it is everyone's in fear. And I've had the same dream, but I don't know what it is and how it ends. But it's one of those dreams that's very vivid, and when you wake up, you're like, oh my God, that was creepy. That was a very
and it was
creepy
the same
dream.
Circumstances,
same
each time?
Setup every time. And dude, every time I have dreams like that, I promise you, they're the same kind. It's the setting in the dream. They have come to pass. It may not be that. But like, you know, with I had a dream about the police at one point in time, watching me.
The 5-0?
Yes. And a year or two later, what happened? You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's over with. It's nothing to worry about. I'm not doing anything anymore. Those days are gone. But anyways, it's just saying that when I have dreams like that, they usually come to pass. You know what I mean?
Now, I want to kind of switch it. Now, what happens if, let's say, this stuff does happen? Now,
that's a good analogy. Let's break it on down. Like, what would your preparations be?
Right.
Like, let's look at it as
and how could
we know it is coming?
Yeah, and what suggestions maybe we could offer for people,
our viewers?
Yeah, our viewers, if the end of the world did come to pass. I mean, what would you do in that situation? Now, let's say that it's a near miss, but it's enough to where it alters our atmosphere, stuff happens.
Like I said,
what would you do?
They said even if it comes, it doesn't hit Earth, say it misses Earth by 100,000 miles, the weight of it, the force of it would cause such destruction. I'm telling you, it would be like 100 nuclear bombs going off at one time in the sky. I mean, you got to think, man. I mean, think if it did hit they said it's supposed to hit near Puerto Rico. Think if it did hit Puerto Rico, it would cause such a tidal wave, man. I mean, I don't know if we would survive or not being in Georgia. I don't know that.
Yeah,
well, look at it like this.
Because it could come. Yeah,
I look at it like this. I'm most of the time got my soul right with God. I sin every day, and I'm just hoping that if it is my time, my family's time, I know where I'm going to go. You know what I mean? And that's really all I need to worry about.
So basically, if it were to come to pass like that, your current mentality is it'd be over.
Yeah. Well, no. There's a good chance it wouldn't be over.
Now our microphone's all crooked, dude.
Okay. There's a good chance that it wouldn't be over. Now this is and say we did survive. I mean, you're gonna have to start thinking on the terms of there would be no food, there would be no water, because if it did hit the dust cloud from the actual asteroid, it would make the water where you could not drink it. You wouldn't have daylight 12 hours out of the day, something like that.
So it'd be like the Dark Ages.
The Dark Ages, yes. It would send you back into the Dark Ages. And it's a very big possibility. Now, are folks prepared for this? And you can always say, well, what about Y2K and blah, blah, this and that? Yes, that's true. That is true. But, I mean, it's better safe than sorry. But the only thing that holds up on this one is that they're saying they showed a picture of it from Google Earth or Google Sky. They showed a picture of what it looked like, and it's a black mass. And it's like, it looks like a huge ball. And it's like, got these like bright flames like things coming off of it. And I saw an asteroid about 2 weeks ago. I was standing outside and I was talking to my father and looking at the sky. And I'm telling you, man, I was sitting there, and all of a sudden you see this like bright ball just go shoot to the sky. I thought it was a shooting star, but it was so big and so bright. I ended up going inside and finding out it was a meteor shower, so it was way bigger. So you can only, that was only a little piece hitting the atmosphere. Imagine if something they said the size of Jupiter, which is bigger than Earth, even nicked us. I mean, they said it would destroy us. Think about this, man. They said the reason they know it's coming to our galaxy before is because of the Milky Way. And no one ever thinks about this. What is the Milky Way? It's a bunch of freaking rocks, asteroid pieces, or maybe a planet or a moon that was hit before that is just sitting there suspended in the sky. And that's where it's left at. You see what I mean?
There's a dog.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, it just makes you wonder, like, I mean, what is the Milky Way? Haven't you ever thought about what if it was at one point in time a planet, a moon?
Well, they say
like that,
it's it could be planets that whenever the solar system was created, that it didn't have a chance to come together and form.
Or it could have been a moon that was hit, you know, because Mars, look at Mars. They almost believe that there was life on Mars once. Mars looks like something that was hit by something and it was covered in dust. What if it was one of the moons of Mars? And that's all that's left of it, just broken, scattered pieces. What if that's Earth in a month?
Well, and here's another question. And we've had scientists say this.
4 weeks, people.
Yeah, it's not long.
4
End of the
weeks.
world? Who knows?
Well, I don't think it'll be the end of the world. I think it's going to be the. I think it's going to be the beginning of the end. I think it's going to start causing problems.
If it's a direct hit,
man, if it actually, if it's a direct hit, if it's not, you got to think, and the survivors, what they're going to have to go through. The government's going to try to take over with martial law.
There will be no government.
No, they'll try to take over martial law. You're going to have gangs uprising. People are going to start robbing and looting and killing to feed their families, which I understand. But you got to be ready. If you have food, folks are going to try to take it from you. That's what I'm saying. People, you need to be in shape. You need to be ready. You need to be, you got to get your mind right. You know what I mean? And you can't be afraid, because if you're afraid, then your family dies. And that's the bottom line. Even if you're scared as hell, you can't let them know.
Well, see, my only question is this. We have the technology now to divert something, especially, there's a.
So you're gonna tell me they can send a missile to shoot something the size of Jupiter?
Scientists have said
the size of Jupiter.
Scientists have said, and this is what scientists.
Dude, what if it's made out of a metal or a rock that doesn't even exist on our timetable?
They say that our technology is advanced enough, we would be able to knock it off course.
That is a theory, and I've heard that before. That makes me feel better.
I'm not
if that's
saying
the case, then what's going to happen? Say if it does come, they're going to say, "Oh, well, we didn't know." Look, why is Jade Helm prepping for it? Look,
why would they allow it?
Jade Helm
is my question.
Because you could induct martial law, you could start the one world order. If you believe like I do, a conspiracy theorist. Dude, they're training over here in the suburbs for a reason. It's not for. I mean, you're not going to go over to Iraq or Afghanistan and fight in skyscraper buildings. They're training for something. They're training for something that's going to take place here on this continent.
Now, here's
and you can. Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's
but
cool.
The people that I'm getting these sources from that are saying this, some of them are high up individuals in the military that are coming out. So they have to say something. They have to let folks know what they know, that there is a disaster coming, and people need to be ready. I mean, for real, you got to be prepared.
Well, here's another theory of mine, I guess, and I'm sure other people have already thought about this. But what if the whole asteroid in the sky thing is a diversion?
Okay.
What if they're getting a lot of people to freak out about that and say, "Oh, well, it could be."
That's a false flag. They do that all the time,
and it puts our minds to
just like the U.S. government in New Zealand have been testing this new nuclear weapon that they shoot off underwater with a submarine that causes tidal waves. So you would think it was a natural disaster. What if that is what hit Katrina in the first place in New Orleans? What if it was a test run just to see what would happen? I would say a storm's coming. Okay, let's shoot it off. They'll never know it was a storm.
Well, I hope it was.
What was the other place on the East Coast that got wiped out? Remember? There was a hurricane that just devastated the city. Remember what I'm talking about?
That's Katrina.
No, that was New Orleans. There was one on the East Coast too.
East Coast is New Orleans.
New Orleans is in the south, dude. Gulf of Mexico. Louisiana.
The southeast, though.
Louisiana.
We're in the East Coast.
No, if you got America here, remember, New Orleans is down here. Remember, something happened up here, like towards Maine and New York. Remember?
Oh yeah, I thought that was a snowstorm. Maybe I'm.
No, it was a hurricane. It was a couple of years ago, man. They destroyed the city.
Oh, I don't know.
I wish we had some info. I mean, see, that's why we need to come up with these topics and get our info. Folks are like, "What are you talking about?" But I'm being serious. Go ahead.
But my thing is, okay, like it could be a diversion where we're looking up to the sky, and it could be It could be. We always get this right in the middle of stuff.
Why don't y'all bring out some
Both of
chips
y'all.
and salsa?
Your mom's out here too. But anyway, right in the middle of shit. But it could be a diversion, like everybody looking up in the sky, and really it is nuclear.
Well, you know, there's that. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things, man. I don't know. So what else you got to talk about, man? First, let me let you know. All right, what else you got to talk about?
What are other theories? Because you admitted it yourself that you're a conspiracy theorist.
Very much so.
So what? Okay, let's talk about the New World Order now. Because let's say the end of the world does happen, or the start of it.
Well, it's not the folks don't understand that when they say the end of the end of the world could last for 100 years. The
Well,
world could last for 200 years.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, really, we're in the end of the world. I mean, the world is going to end someday, so we're basically in it.
They don't believe that, but see that they think that we're different from the dinosaurs. I mean,
Who
most folks do. I mean, what makes us so different from the dinosaurs? You know, the dinosaurs were here living a life, and everything was normal. And one day, something happened, and they disappeared. What makes you think that won't happen to us? You know what I mean? What makes you think that? We're very much at the same point. You know what I'm saying? We can be done the same way, just gotten rid of. You know what I mean? If the gods believe it, you know, want it to happen. That's just my opinion. You know, I think that. What if there is no asteroid? What if this is a conspiracy theory? What if it is actually that's what they're telling folks? And what if it's actually it's like a new weapon, weapon they shoot from outer space? That's really, you know what I mean? And plus, like, oh, why would they do that with the elite?
And we're saying a lot of what ifs,
but it's just what ifs.
But it makes you think a little bit.
Well, the elite are a very small group of people. And if they want to, they can go anywhere in the world. They can get off the world if they want to. Hell, I mean, they can get in a plane and go fly around until all the, you know what I mean? They got enough gas in a jumbo jet to fly for probably 2 or 3 days. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's just, I don't know.
Well, what if, I mean, and this is a bunch of what ifs. But my thing with the whole end of the world thing and the New World Order, and, you know, if they allow whatever this is to happen, the New World Order, how would that be set up? Because you think about this. You think about it. Here, I think about it in my terms. Like, you know, I've had management experience, and I know how you're supposed to lead. You know what I mean? But if you have mass pandemonium and chaos, you will not be able to lead people. I mean, you see that in Ferguson.
That's when I said they emptied the warehouses. They start rounding them up. Look, man, why is Homeland Security bought up all those rounds of ammunition? Why have they bought all that many rounds of ammunition?
Oh,
who are they fixing to go to war with?
Well, it could be us. But my thing is this: if you have enough people that are rowdy and
why do you think they want to take our guns from us, man? Why do you think they want to keep getting our guns?
No, now that's another thing. That's a whole other discussion.
There's something going on. I mean, if you can't see
I'm not saying. I'm not
talking about you. I'm talking about folks that are listening. If you can't see it and you're that blind to it, then maybe you deserve to get what's coming. I mean, I'm being serious.
That's a harsh thing.
I mean, I'm just being honest. I mean, if you can't see it, then something's wrong with you. You're being blind.
Something is coming, but I don't know.
I mean, everybody, even folks that said that they are against conspiracy theorists, say that they can feel there is something that's not right. There's something that within this fall that's going to happen that is not right. Now let's talk about the time traveler. What did he say? What's his name? Titor. He said he was from the future.
I call him Titter.
He said he was from the future, and he said that this year, these coming up, something was fixing to happen that was going to change the Earth.
He said 2015 is going to be something
devastating.
It's going to be brief, but it's going to be impactful. It's going to be something
that changes
extreme.
Our lives forever.
And he said it's going to impact billions.
And if you go back to the B-Rad radio show almost a year, no, it's been the beginning of this year, that was one of the things I said. Either this year or next year, something was going to take place.
You said this year in September.
Yeah, that will change our lives forever.
You said this year in September. But the only thing with that Titor guy is he's made a lot of predictions that did not come true. Right, he said 2004 Civil War would happen. It didn't happen.
But what about the pictures?
Now the pictures,
isn't that bizarre?
Yeah, I mean,
you see these old timey photos of these pictures.
For people,
and you see this guy who does not fit in these pictures at all. He should not be there. You know what I'm saying? He's dressed in today's clothes, modern clothes. Even some of it looks futuristic from us.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and for people who don't know this guy, look him up. His name is John Titor, and you'll see a whole bunch of information on him. He showed up on the scene in the early 2000s, and he made a lot of predictions. A lot of them were not true.
But what if that's his job? What if his job is to go back and stop his prediction?
Divert it?
And what if he's doing a good job of it?
To divert it, and it's possible. Which means that we could think we could have a whole different viewpoint of September too.
Mm-hmm.
He could be doing something. What if he already knows about this, and he knows that this is unavoidable, that it's going to happen, and that's why he mentioned that 2015 is going to be something that affects billions. Well, how many people are in the world?
6 billion.
Okay, so that would make sense in that
6
regard.
6 billion, and plus the.
Now we're speculating, but
yeah.
still.
Yeah.
I mean.
But yeah, you know, it's did you know that and tonight, for all the other folks that know, if you're a Glenn Beck fan, stuff like that, they are doing the Civil Rights March down in Birmingham, Alabama tonight. Showing support.
He's going to be there?
Yeah, he's there. Him and his whole crew, they're doing it. Showing support for the this is supposed to try to bring folks together instead of bringing all this hate. You know, where the people hate each other and race and stuff like that. Trying to join each other and unify. Because that's what's the problem with the country right now. We're so separated. You know, if you know, either you're a redneck racist or you're a black,
or you're a homophobe.
Yeah,
I mean, it's everywhere.
I mean, it's all everything, and you know, and that's the problem with everybody. And you know, just like we know with the pro-abortion people, you know, with the stuff they're doing with the fetuses, the babies. I mean,
Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, Planned Parenthood been selling the babies and their parts, and then laughing about it over a cup of Joe. I mean, it's very disturbing. What did you do? What did you do?
Microphone is messed up. There we go.
I work construction. I do construction and construction things.
But with this whole division stuff, man, it is so simple. It is so simple to be united. Have you ever thought about that? It is very simple.
No, it is.
It is very simple.
Like I said, that's not with the
why do you think there's so much? And it's not just with, you know, here in the world today. It's with religion. If you notice, Baptists, Pentecostals, you notice they're a branch off. Why is there a branch off? Because there are disunity. It's where, you know, they don't agree with something, so we're going to form our own.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just religion, it's with everything. But you think about it, why is there so much? Yeah, we're all different and we have different opinions and viewpoints, but why does it have to be that way? And why do we make it such a point to feel that we need to disagree with somebody?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, and if you look at it for, let's say, September possibly making a huge impact on our world, could be the start of the end. Is all of this shit really going to matter? Is all of our, you know, not being unified, is it really going to matter anymore? Think about that.
Yeah.
Or if, you know, an asteroid, it's a direct hit after September 23rd or whenever the date is any of that fucking shit going to matter? None.
Well, none. Every 3,600 years, it says come. It said they know for a fact it's come before. They said that with the pyramids and stuff, that some of the drawings on the pyramid walls are talking about it. They're saying, listen to what they're trying to say. They're trying to tell you. Know? Because it's happened before, 3,600 years ago.
Okay.
It has hit before.
That makes sense.
And if you look at geologists, I was watching some show on geology. They said that, I mean, that's where they remember those cities that are underwater. They said that's why they're underwater, because at one point in time they were above ground. That, you know, was hit. You can actually dig the ground up and look at the layers of dirt and tell that at once, you know what I'm saying? Like there's dirt that shouldn't be on top of other dirt. Something had to hit and make a you know what I mean?
And there's other theorists though. We got to think about this for a minute. See, this throws a kink in everything, because there's other theorists, creationists, that say it's the flood that causes the layers. But you're bringing another viewpoint on here, and it's something to look at. But there's some that say the reason why there's layer upon layer is because of the flood and the water and how it shifted everything. But you're saying that you think it's an impact. And
it could be. You know?
I mean, it could be. I'm not saying that it is or isn't, but that throws a wrench in everything. But couldn't a flood at the same time have eliminated the dinosaurs, eliminated all that.
I don't think it was a flood. I think it was. They said that the way the dinosaurs are laid over and dead, the way their skeletal remains.
There are different layers.
The layers that they know they were burned, and they also know that that they were running while it happened, like in fear. The way their bodies are laid out. You know what I mean? It was just like I said, it would happen in such sudden impact, the way they're fossilized, that it was something hit the earth. Something did. The scientists can prove that. You know what I mean? So they know something hit the earth. Something that's hit the earth before, it will happen again. And you know what's so aggravating is there's
we'd be stupid to think that it won't happen. I mean, there's so much shit out there.
No, that's not true. No, nothing's gonna happen. No, because it aggravates me because I post stuff like that on Facebook, and I've got these folks on there that as soon as I post something like that, they go to attack me. They look up that stupid couple. What's her name? On Snopes, whatever the
Snopes.
Freak it is.
Yeah, Scopes.
They act like look for folks that don't know. Snopes is no different from mine and his opinion. Except it's a guy and a woman couple. That's all Snopes is. It's a guy and a woman saying this is this and this is that. And as soon as someone hears a Snopes say it, oh well, it's true. Well, fuck that. Snopes don't. How do you know what Snopes knows? Snopes. I'm really tired.
The only thing I say about Snopes is they list sources where they go and get the information.
Yeah, well, how do they know their sources are credible?
That's true. I mean, you don't know, but they do list their sources. So I mean, I guess it is their opinion. Just like if we had a site that did the same thing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, I can see where all that's coming from.
But I really wish I wasn't so tired, man.
Why are you so tired?
I mean, because I'm just saying. But go ahead.
All that work and shit.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good. But listen. What we want to tell all of the viewers out there, this is the main thing. The end of the world is inevitable. We don't know when it's going to be. But one thing that we want to bring across on the GPS show is we want to make you think. You may say, well, this is a whole bunch of conspiracy bullshit and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you know what? There's a lot of people that probably in the early times. There's probably people in the early times talking about somebody that says, you know what, one day, I bet you there will be a black president. At the time, think about it. All that was conspiracy.
All I'm saying is the world was flat. And people, you know what I'm saying, they mocked Christopher Columbus, made fun of him. If you sail out there, you're going to fall off the earth. Think of how stupid that sounds now. End up finding the world's not flat. Just like people say there is no such thing as extraterrestrials. There might be life out there, but there's no aliens. Yes, there is, man. There's aliens, dude. I mean, it's pretty obvious. There's aliens. I mean, you see.
Illegals?
No, extraterrestrials that are not from this planet. That is a fact. I promise you.
Well, I mean, and like I've said this before too, we'd be stupid to think that we are the only life forms.
Well, man, that's stupid. I'm being serious, man. It's very.
Well,
stupid.
we are. There's a lot of
stupid. Arrogant.
Yeah,
and they have everything figured out.
And that's what's wrong with the world. And another thing with the unity thing that we were talking about, if we did come together, even with our disagreements, I guarantee you that we'd find a lot more shit out a lot faster than me and you saying, well, this could be happening or this could be. Yeah. I think that if we actually came together and we were unified with shit, we would get things done a lot quicker.
I concur.
You know what I mean?
I concur. This half hour has been sponsored to you by Coors Light. Never leave home without it. All right, so
and we do have one viewer right now. So
that's really. All I had to talk about tonight. What else have you got? I said I'm really tired.
So you're pussing out?
No. Where y'all going?
To the
Huh? I thought we were going to eat. Huh?
We're not staying at long.
Well, I'm going to go get some. I'm going to go some food when we're done here.
There's always interruptions every time. We got to find somewhere else.
Yeah, so maybe we need to start doing the show a little different. Anyways, can we take a break? Is there anybody going to take a break?
No. This is live, dude.
I know, man. We need some more topics.
Quit pushing out. We can. I'm just kidding. All right, no. Well, look. With the end of the world is the topic. Okay. So, the New World Order.
So, do y'all think extraterrestrials would allow us to get clobbered blasted by a planet? Running.
What if they want us to? I mean, if there are no, think about this. If there are extraterrestrials out there, that means they have another home. Mm-hmm. They're not just floating around everywhere. I mean, think about it. So they have another home. So what would be my question would be, and just to add to what you're saying, what would make them want to study us or want us to be gone completely?
Then I mean, I don't know. There's many theories on that.
Unless we are the advanced race, and if that's the
No,
case,
we're
then
not.
we're really screwed.
We're not the advanced
If that's the case,
That's
we're
impossible.
screwed.
You got people that, I mean, look at, dude, look at, man, look how everything's going on. People are craving war. People are craving something bad to happen. I'm sorry, but it's true. Look at all your shows you got going on. You've got, everything's about the zombie apocalypse. Everything's about the end of the world. You got people rioting. You got people trying to fight the police. I mean, everything is going, I mean, it is what it is. People are craving war. People are craving a disaster. And I'm afraid they're going to get it. It's just the truth. You know what I mean?
Why do you think people crave it so bad? I mean, 'cause a lot of people say, well, the conspiracy theorists, they're wanting something fucked up to happen.
Well, you know, a lot of folks are like, you know, they say that conspiracy theorists are crazy, someone like me, but then there's been things that are happening and folks are being like, well, you know, they're kind of making them not look so crazy. Just like with China's stock market falling. I mean, ours is going to crash too. I mean, there's no doubt about it. We have such inflation with our money. I mean, and I mean, only thing that holds weight to me with the whole thing about the meteor is the Russia news is reporting on it, but our news is not reporting on it. Now, why is that? And everyone should ask that. What do y'all think, that the Russians are stupid? Russians are
Has anybody
they were just as good as us. I mean, you should daggum, you know what I mean? They were a worthy opponent, in other words. I mean, if they're reporting on it, their news, a credible source, then folks should listen up. It'd be just like Fox News reporting on it. They're saying that there's an asteroid coming, but our news is not reporting on it, so no one gives a fuck. No one cares. No one, you know, thinks about it. No, oh well, I'm worried about going out tonight with Donna. You know what I mean? And no, you need to be worried about what you're going to do. Are you going to survive? Are you going to live? Are you ready?
But you know, how can they worry about it though
if
it's not?
Are you going to ask the fucking government to give you a fucking handout, like most folks are going to probably do? And that's how the one world order is going to be initiated.
But how can they worry about it if it's not on mainstream news?
Look up shit for yourself.
Well, if they,
I mean, most of the mainstream news is bullshit, man. You know what I mean? Most of it is.
Well, I mean, you think you can say look it up for yourself, but if anybody really, a lot of people can go on YouTube and there's a lot of nut jobs on there. Mm-hmm. So how do you? No, because I'm a part of this YouTube.
Well,
thing
I'm just
too,
saying.
you know
I mean, I understand.
Well, what I'm saying, what I'm saying is, how can we know what's credible and what's not? If a lot of people don't see it in the mainstream news, they're going to be like, don't worry about it. So how do they know what? Right. Do you know of anybody that's credible?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when somebody like me who's trying to be a whistleblower, trying to let things out and say stuff. I mean, most folks blow it off and shrug it off over here, like I'm an idiot and don't care. Which is, you know, that's cool. It's all fine and dandy. I mean, it'll happen either way, whether I say it for it to or not. You know what I mean? But I'm saying folks should be ready for something. I mean, it seems like
it's better to be prepared than not prepared.
Yeah, but I mean, you can just feel it, man. You can feel something bad is coming in. What I believe. You know what I mean? I do. I feel like something bad is coming.
Do you think there's a reason? Like, and I know that how religious you are, you know, with different things. Do you think there's a reason behind this? Do you think there's a reason? Like, let's say, and there's a lot of people out there who believe in God. Do you think there's a reason why God would allow something like this?
Because you prophesied. I mean, it's the end. I mean, it's called revelation, the tribulation. I mean, it's supposed to happen, man. It's supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen. I mean, look, the world, and you know, when you sit there and say it couldn't happen before, well, there's proof the world was flooded. There's proof that this has happened, and more than one religion talks about it. So the world has been flooded, and why was the world flooded? It was to destroy man and restart him. So the thing that the world cannot be destroyed. It
why
has happened already.
Why were we
twice that we know of?
Why were we restarted though?
Because I believe how man was living. They're living very close to the way we're living today.
But here's my thing. Would that mean the flood or whatever it was a failed attempt?
Huh?
Would it mean it's a failed attempt? Think about this.
No, it's not.
If you wipe out,
start it over. You know what I mean?
But if you wipe out, and your whole purpose of, like, let's say a flood or whatever, is to wipe out all the evil mankind to start anew. But when you start anew, there's even more evil than it was back then. Would you see what I mean? Would you say it's a failed attempt?
Yeah.
You see what I mean by that?
Well, not really, but I mean, I guess.
Well, I mean, the whole point of wiping out everybody was to what? was to start anew
Well, no,
because of the
I mean,
sin.
if you believe, like I believed, it was to get rid of the giants. The extraterrestrials had come to Earth and they had mated with women, and they had giants were created, and that was one of the ways to get rid of them. And that's that, and also
The Nephilim.
The Nephilim, yes, the Nephilim. And there's a lot of proof proving that. Anything that comes out about when they find giant remains is quickly covered up and said that it was not real, very quickly, and it's done all the time. Anytime they find anything, oh, that's not real. Oh, Snopes debunked it. It's not real. You know what I mean? How do you know some folks' job, that's not their job? Look, debunk anything that can lead folks to the truth. You know what I mean? Folks, let's watch X-Files. Listen to Mulder. I mean, he's called a kook. He's called crazy. But what happens in the end? The man's right the whole time. And I'm sorry for your viewers tonight. Like, if the show's kind of slow.
Yeah, because you're lifeless.
I know, man. I'm sorry. I'm so tired and hungry. I want to go eat a fucking burrito right now.
And, hey, says the Mexican.
I mean, I'm being serious. I'm ready to go eat a burrito.
I haven't eaten.
I'd rather do a show tomorrow.
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
Why don't you say this 45 minutes into the motherfucking show?
Well, because I thought we were going to do a 30-minute show.
Huh?
I thought we were going to do a 30-minute show.
Who said that?
You did.
When?
You said it.
No, I did not.
I heard. So I heard.
Did y'all hear it? No. Of course not.
I'm ready to go get a fucking taco.
Well, let's go get a fucking taco. We may be back tomorrow because guess what? This is a GPS show and we can do whatever the hell we want.
Well, yeah, we can. And we're going to finish this beer before we go.
Yeah.
So, folks out there, tell your friends about us.
Yeah, please do. Look, we had
up to energy, a lot more stuff.
Yeah, we had up to 4 viewers this time, which is
and
cool.
We lost them. But look, it's just because I work so much, I'm tired. But
it's all his fault. It's not
usually I'm like good to go. It's just like I don't know, my mind is somewhere else tonight. I guess because it's live.
Well, you got to get in the game. What did you tell me yesterday, motherfucker?
And tomorrow I can bring my laptop to town. So we can set up our speaker and everything like that. You know?
It's all good.
The whole ordeal.
It's all good. Blooper reel. That was cool. What the fuck happened?
Almost burnt my eyebrows off.
But anyway, yeah. So we'll be back tomorrow, but we're gonna finish these beers first because that's just what we do.
Let's talk about something else. Fuck the end of the world. Let's talk about what we're gonna do tonight.
Yeah, because that's depressing.
I need to find a female. I need to find me a girl.
This is not Match.com.
No, I don't care. I need to find me a girl to hang out with and become my friend and do sexual favors for me whenever I ask her to. If any of y'all are interested, just give me a holler on the little Facebook thing or whatever, you know what I mean? And I'm entirely serious.
And what is your You sound extremely desperate right now.
Oh, trust me, I am.
You are.
I haven't had a girl in 4 years, dude. Except for that hooker I picked up a couple months back.
You haven't had an unpaid version.
Yes. I want to go out and date somebody. I don't want to pay her all the time.
Well, get out there.
But you're going to pay for it anyway. You know what I mean?
Well, one way or the other.
You're going to pay that light bill. You're going to be paying for it.
There you go. Or a ring or whatever it is.
That's
right. You need to get out there and just discuss.
Discuss what?
Just talk to people.
I'm not very forward. I'm such a laid back kind of person. I kind of hang in the shadows.
You're not forward. You're very forward, dude.
Am I?
Especially on the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So why can't you do the same?
I don't know.
Otherwise.
I don't know. So there's not really much to talk about now.
No, because you're talking about your fucking dating habits and shit.
I know, man. I want to erase this episode and start it over and do another one. Can we do that?
No, we cannot. This is live.
Let's erase this episode and do another one.
No. Good, bad, and the ugly.
We don't have to publish it.
Good, bad, and the ugly is what it's going to be.
We had so many ideas for skits. And we're not doing none of them. We're not doing any music.
I don't think that's my fault whatsoever.
It's not. It's entirely mine.
It is. I'm pretty lively right now. You're not.
No, I'm not.
You look like you're about to die.
I am. I found out today I have AIDS. Yes.
I'm not surprised.
I have HIV.
Is it from the hooker?
No. I was sucking a lot of cock on the street. I needed money for drugs. And I guess now I got to pay
I'm still not surprised. Anyway, if y'all are just
kidding, guys.
Y'all are just now tuning in, that is a big joke. I hope. If not, then
he's being entirely serious. I'm just kidding there. So
show most likely tomorrow. We'll let y'all know for sure. The title today was End of the World. It could happen. We want y'all to chime in. If you don't chime in live on YouTube or whatever, go to our Facebook page. It's the GPS show. You can look it up, and you can discuss everything there. You can ask us questions. You can, pretty much everything that you can do on YouTube. So what the fuck is up with YouTube? We might as well not even have
No,
YouTube.
we need to have YouTube. Let's just plan for tomorrow so we can work it out.
So you're actually fucking awake.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being just, man, I'm just so tired.
Did you smoke a doob before you got over here?
I was fixing to fire one up, though.
Yeah, I bet. It looks like you smoked like a whole blunt.
That's how I see how tired I am.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, keep it real. Thank you for watching the GPS show. Holler back at us.
Yep.
We'll see y'all. Good night.
Peace.
Sorry.
Peace out, everybody.